Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive with us. You know, we love to get into some pretty fascinating topics, and today we're going to do just that. We're going to be talking about Elmsworth Manor.
Elmsworth Manor.
Elmsworth Manor.
Okay.
And yeah, I think a lot of people, when they hear, manor house, they think
Ghosts.
ghosts.
Right. Haunted, yeah.
Haunted house.
And we are going to talk about hauntings, but it's so much more than that. We're going to be talking about Elmsworth Manor based on this book here, Elmsworth Manor, a haunted tale of family secrets. And it really is a story of a family.
Yeah.
This wealthy family and all these dark secrets. And we're going to see how they're all connected.
And maybe even a crime or two.
Oh yeah, possibly even a crime or two. So are you ready to dive into this?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so the book starts and it introduces us to this Victorian family, the Hawthornes.
The Hawthornes?
The Hawthornes. And first we meet Jonathan Hawthorne, right?
Right. He's the patriarch.
He is the patriarch.
Very successful industrialist.
Right, everything's going well for Jonathan.
Yeah, he's got it made.
Seems like the perfect life.
And he's got his wife, Margaret.
Beautiful.
Beautiful and charming. And they've got the two kids, right?
They've got Thomas.
Thomas and Emily.
Thomas and Emily. Two kids. Living the good life. Perfect Victorian family.
It all seems very idyllic, right?
At first.
At first. But of course we know this is a book about hauntings and family secrets.
There's got to be something else going on.
So it's 1924 and Jonathan Hawthorne dies.
Unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly, yes. And officially it's ruled a stroke.
A stroke. Okay.
But immediately the townspeople are like, are we sure about that?
Yeah, I mean, a stroke can happen, but there are always those whispers, right?
Yeah.
Among the townsfolk.
What really happened?
Was it really a stroke?
Yeah.
Is there something more to it?
Yeah.
Something more nefarious?
Exactly. And then it gets interesting because we find out Thomas is the one who finds his father's body.
Ooh.
And he becomes very withdrawn.
Yeah, finding a body like that's gotta be traumatic.
Yeah, I can't even imagine.
Who knows what state the body was in, how long he had been there?
Right.
I mean, that could stick with you.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Emily's starting to see things.
See things.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
what? Like figures in the house. Figures that shouldn't be there.
Okay, so right off the bat, we have tragedy, we have possible foul play,
Right.
and now we have like a haunting starting.
Yeah. It's like, the house is reacting to Jonathan's death.
The house is reacting to Jonathan's death. It's almost like whatever happened to Jonathan, the house absorbed it.
Yes, yeah. And then things get even stranger with Thomas. His behavior just gets more and more erratic.
Erratic.
Yeah. So he starts spending all this time in his father's study, like all the time.
Just in this study all the time.
Just in the study. And he's muttering to himself.
Muttering.
Yeah, he's muttering, and he's saying that he's hearing voices.
Whoa.
So at this point, Margaret is like, I'm out. Yeah, I can't blame her. This sounds like it's getting really creepy.
Yeah, like, he's clearly not doing well.
Right. And who knows if these voices he's hearing are real or not.
Right.
Maybe it's in his head. Maybe it's something else.
Yeah, and then Emily, she's becoming more and more reclusive, fearful.
So both kids are having a hard time.
Both kids are having a hard time. She's saying that ancestral spirits are warning her.
Ancestral spirits.
Yeah, that they're warning her of some kind of danger.
Wow. So we've got potential foul play, possible haunting. We've got kids seeing things, hearing things. Mom's trying to stay away.
Right.
What could possibly happen next?
And then it happens. Emily is found dead. Dead.
Oh, no.
At the foot of the stairs.
Oh, my gosh.
In 1925.
So not even a year after the father dies.
Right.
And she's found at the bottom of the stairs. That's awful.
And clutched in her hand is a note.
A note.
A note that reads, Thomas did it.
Thomas did it? Oh, my goodness.
So now we have a whole new layer of mystery to this whole story.
Yeah. I mean, what did Thomas do?
Right. Did he push her down the stairs?
Was it an accident?
Was it an accident?
Did he actually, murder his sister?
We don't know.
And was Emily trying to tell somebody something?
Right. And who was that note for? Who was she trying to tell?
It almost makes the note itself another haunting presence.
Yeah.
In the house, in the story.
Yeah. But the answers don't come easily. Years pass, and the truth is still this big question mark.
Right.
But then, this key witness comes forward. A former servant of Elmsworth Manor.
A servant?
Mm-hmm. Alice Whitaker.
Okay, so somebody who saw what was happening.
Exactly.
At least from their point of view.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Alice's testimony just shines this light on all this darkness that the Hawthorne family's been dealing with.
Okay, so tell me, what did Alice have to say?
Well, Alice, she describes Thomas's descent into madness, and he is convinced that there's this family betrayal going on.
He thinks that his family is betraying him.
Yeah. He thinks they're plotting against him to gain control of the whole family fortune.
Oh, wow.
He even accuses Margaret of poisoning Jonathan.
He accuses his own mother.
His own mother.
Of poisoning his father.
Of poisoning his father.
Wow. So we're talking major paranoia.
Yeah.
Major family drama.
And this paranoia just drives him to have this terrible confrontation with Margaret.
He confronts his mother.
He confronts his mother. Alice describes this big argument, accusations flying everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
Thomas, in this delusional state,
Yeah.
he locks Margaret in the cellar.
He locks her in the cell.
And sets the house on fire.
What?
Margaret dies in the fire.
That is awful. So this is even worse than we thought.
It is.
At the beginning.
Yeah.
We thought we were dealing with a haunting, but now we're dealing with, like, real evil.
Right.
And this is what makes the story so powerful, right? It's not just ghosts and spooky stuff, but it's about family, it's about betrayal, it's about secrets, paranoia.
It really makes you think about the dark side of human nature.
Yeah. Like, maybe the scariest monsters aren't the ghosts in the shadows, but the darkness inside of us.
Right. Like, what can happen when we let our fears and our suspicions take over?
Exactly. And what happens when those fears become reality?
Yeah.
It's a chilling thought, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
That sometimes the most terrifying things are the ones we do to each other.
Yeah.
And not necessarily what goes bump in the night.
Exactly.
It's just so sad that the truth that Alice came forward, it was all just too late.
Right.
Thomas was never, never brought to justice for what he did.
No, he was never tried.
Yeah. It's like, justice itself becomes another ghost.
Another ghost in the story.
Yeah.
It's never really, realized.
It's like this presence that's felt but never, fully seen.
Yeah. And then, you have Elmsworth Manor.
Elmsworth Manor. This beautiful house.
Abandoned.
Just left to rot.
And over time, its reputation as a haunted place just grows.
Right, because everybody in town knows what happened there.
Exactly, yeah. And the book actually goes into some specific examples of the hauntings that have been reported. Screams. Screams echoing from empty rooms.
Oh.
Lights flickering in the middle of the night.
Spooky.
Shadowy figures.
Yeah,
you just catch a glimpse of them.
Oh, in the hallways?
In the hallways. And it's like all that, like, classic haunted house stuff.
Yeah, but knowing the history, I feel like it makes it so much worse.
So much creepier.
Like, way creepier.
Yeah.
It's not just your imagination, right? Like, you hear a noise. Is it the house settling, or is it, Margaret coming to get you?
Or Thomas.
And
speaking of Thomas, he died under mysterious circumstances in that mental institution.
Oh, he did? I didn't realize that.
Yeah. The book mentions that.
Yeah. So what happened?
Well, they don't really go into detail. It's just like under mysterious circumstances.
Okay.
So, some people believe that maybe it was the spirits of his victims finally getting their revenge.
Oh, wow.
Right. So it's like he can't even escape what he did in death.
Right. Even in the afterlife.
Right.
It's almost like Elmsworth Manor itself is a prison for his soul.
Yeah. Forever tied to that place.
It's the scene of his crimes.
And it's not just Thomas.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The book also says that people report hearing whispers.
Whispers?
Yeah, of Emily and Margaret's voices.
Oh, wow.
Like they're trying to tell their side of the story.
It's like they can't find peace either.
Right.
They're trapped there too.
Yeah. And there have even been sightings of a man in a tattered suit.
A tattered suit, like walking around the manor.
Yeah, roaming the grounds.
Yeah.
So is that Thomas?
Could be.
Is he just searching for peace and he can never find it?
Yeah, it's like he's stuck between this world and the next.
And the people who are brave enough to go near Elmsworth Manor, they say there's this overwhelming feeling of being watched.
Oh, yeah. Like the spirits are still there.
Like they're still present.
Yeah, just watching, waiting.
So what do you think? Is Elmsworth Manor really haunted by the Hawthornes? Or is it just a place where all that grief and guilt and, all those dark secrets, have they just seeped into the house itself?
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, right? It's almost like the house itself has become Another character in the story.
Yes.
A silent witness to everything that happened.
It really makes you wonder what really happened at Elmsworth Manor.
Was it just a series of really, really unfortunate events, or was there something else going on?
Something more like, supernatural, sinister.
Yeah, something darker.
Yeah.
It's a question that, we might never know the answer to.
Right.
But that's what makes this story so fascinating.
It really does make you think.
It makes you think about the nature of truth and the power of the past. And, maybe some secrets are better left buried.
Right. What do you think? I know, right? It really makes you think about all the stuff we've talked about. The family, the possibility of the crimes, and then like all the ghost stuff on top of it. I mean, it's a lot.
It is a lot. And I feel like we still have so many questions, even after going through all of this.
Totally. Yeah. Like, was Thomas actually crazy? Or did he just, make really bad choices?
All right. And what about the ghosts? Are they mad and want revenge, or are they just kind of stuck there?
That's so creepy to think about.
It is pretty creepy. What do you think is the most interesting part of all of this? Is it the family, or the maybe crimes, or the house being haunted?
Yeah. What do you think, listener? Is it all of it?
It kind of makes you think about things in different ways.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder about stuff that maybe we just aren't supposed to know.
Yeah, some things are better left as mysteries, I guess.
But that doesn't mean we can't try to figure them out.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know about you, but I am way more interested in Victorian mansions now.
Oh. Yeah, me too. And I kind of want to learn more about, how guilt and paranoia can mess people up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. What about you, listener? Have you ever looked into the history of hauntings where you live?
Maybe there's a creepy manor right in your neighborhood.
Okay, well, that's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thanks so much for coming along with us to explore Elmsworth Manor.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody.
And remember, keep your minds open and never stop being curious, because you never know what you might find. We'll see you next time for another deep dive.